If we think of poetry as language, then poetry is the language that allows us to think and allows us to feel, and the language that is not afraid. If we think of poetry in broader terms, it's any art form that makes our world bigger, makes our world more interesting. And it doesn't have to be upbeat, it doesn't have to be soothing, it doesn't have to be, God forbid, therapeutic. What it has to be is something that enlarges the range of human perception. It has to be powerful enough so that I can go back to it and I can't exhaust it. My friend Lucille Clifton was fond of saying, "It's my job to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable." My family was coming apart. My parents were spectacularly mismatched, and that caused a whole lot of tension in the household. So I wrote because that was the one place, the page was the one place where I had any measure of control. I made up stories and songs and poems. I wrote to my great-grandmother all in rhyme, and she would write back all in rhyme. That kind of a grandmother who was self-educated, very, very intelligent, and better read than I am, gave me a notion of an ideal reader. Would she think this is authentic? Would she think this is interesting? And I want my ideal reader to be further along than I am, and to be somebody I respect deeply.
Hi, my name is Joe Usbelly. I'm Peggy Shumaker's husband and book bearer. I don't know that there's ever such a thing as a normal day in our house. Every day is unique, and we usually wake up laughing together, and that's wonderful.
His mind is so different from mine. He's an engineer by training, a miner by trade, a pilot, a driver of fast little red cars.
She is one of the most caring and generous people that I know, and as a result of that, she makes a fantastic teacher, and she's a brilliant writer, and she's always surprising me. And that's a good thing to have in a mate.
On June 19th of 2000, Joe and I were riding our bicycles on the bike path in Fairbanks, and coming down a hill, a young man on a four-wheel ATV came around a blind corner, just speeding, I mean screaming, and hit us.
And I turned and looked, and Peggy was lying on the ground and totally unconscious.
After surgery, when I was in the hospital, still pretty groggy, this young man brought a set of wind chime birds by way of apology. I knew intellectually that we are all going to die, but I didn't really understand how that applied to me. And all of a sudden, I recognized that it could come at any moment. I'm under a door covered with sandbags, muddy waters rising. My hips sink deeper into muck. I can't open my eyes until I know what's in this water. The weight crushing my chest grows heavier. Am I wearing armor? My lungs fill with wet concrete. There is a whole lot in this world that aims to crush us. And part of art, part of making art and sharing that art with other people involves offering solace. Yeah. So this one is a picture of my mother, Hannah Zoe Moen. She was at this moment a teenager, filled with life and the confidence that she was invincible. This one is a picture of my dad. He really wanted to ride his motorcycle and play his music and make love with as many women as he could. And he didn't want to have children, which was an unfortunate thing to discover when he had 4 of them. So I got to be present at the moment that he died and wrote this little piece. It goes like this. Beyond words, this language. The morning I was born, you held my hand. The morning you died, I held your hand. What's left to forgive? I think all of us live layered lives. We have the public lives that anybody who cares to pay attention can witness, and we have the private lives that we only share with a few people that we trust and love. And then we have the inner lives, our inner lives, and that's where most of literature takes place. I'm really interested in the inner life, in what we don't usually show to other people and what we don't usually bring up over dinner. That, to me, is the essential part of what it means to be human, and that's what interests me the most as a writer. I look both ways, outside, inside. We push off, wobbly, into the rest of our lives. Surround yourself with people who understand why it's important to create